Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Star Fox 64. This is the title screen if you don't have the game completed like I did before. And you can also move around the 64 though, which is kind of cool. I don't know, your characters stare at it. I like it. Yeah, I love the way that Slippy looks. He's just like, derp, derp, doo 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 doo. Peppy's head like never moves more than like 10 degrees to the right unless you move it off the screen. Fox is just sort of like normal. He's got his fists clenched out like he's about to beat someone up, and Falco's just like, can we just get to the game already? And I kind of agree. Let's go to the main game. I'm gonna skip the story because you can, which is awesome. So today I'm gonna pop up the map again one more time. Today, we are going to go through a different route, because last time we actually beat the game, and we're gonna beat it again. I don't know, it's probably going to take like 3 parts this time. But today we're going to go through, this time we're going through Corneria, Sector Y, Katina, Solar, Macbeth, and then back to Ballsy and Venom the normal way. Now, I never mentioned anything, but Venom actually has 2 different levels. I'm only going to do one bio for Venom because I think that it kind of interrupts the climax. I'm actually going to do it this time because I didn't do it last time. And I'll probably do it in the middle of the Ballsy stage and just sort of like put the screen in the corner or something like that. I don't know. I'll figure it out later. But yeah, this is going to be a much better route than last time. And by better, I mean like we go through what is most people's favorite stage in the game, which is kind of nice. Also, you can skip the intros to the stages after you beat them once, but you can't skip the outros. Now, something that I, for some reason, neglected to mention is that if you press Z and R at the same time, you can actually shoot with, like, have the lock-on, like the targeting thing, without actually locking onto anything, and that's the easiest way to bank shots off the ocean in this level. Come on, Slippy, get it together! What the hell? I love shooting Slippy at the intro. Yeah, so I have my computer back now, which is kind of nice, but it is not fixed, which really sucks. Last time I was recording this, I was doing it on my mom's desktop, which I dragged down to my basement, which was a pain in the ass, which I will probably never do again because it was such a pain in the ass, and it was really annoying, and I would not recommend it. Ow. I meant to go and get that, but whatever. It's not a huge point loss. I actually didn't know that that one was there until, like, I played the game a certain number of times. Also, interestingly enough, is those guys' pelvises actually have a hitbox after they die, which is really weird. I don't really know why they programmed it that way, but they did, which is kind of cool. I think I'm doing pretty good this time, actually, surprisingly, because I was kind of expecting to do kind of crappy. I did do one run of this, not these stages in particular, but I did one run of the easy stages again after I recorded them. So if I'm a little bit better at Corneria this time, that would sort of explain why. And I just lost all the points that I gained right there, which kind of sucks. But whatever. I'm not too concerned about getting like the highest score ever. It's a really hard. It's like this is the stage where you have the biggest difference between the normal and expert mode in terms of points, I think. This and Area 6, which is like the super crazy awesome point stage of the game, which is great. And we will get to it eventually, so hold your horses there. But we saved Falco this time, which is kind of nice, because he deserves to be saved every once in a while. I'm going to do that so I can get through the rings still. And look at that, 153 at the rings. That's actually a really good score for this point, I think. On normal, at least it is. On expert, like, you should probably have, like, I would probably have, like, 160 at this point. I don't know about, like, what you should have or anything like that, but sometimes you can shoot a bomb there and get a couple points. I didn't get anything that time. And here you go under the mystical waterfall of Ganesh and go and attack a bunch of birds that are just sort of, like, chilling around. Like, I don't really know what's the point of going and killing all these birds, but it's kind of cool, I guess. Yeah, you get a lot more points by going this way. It's not really a lot more, but it's a considerable amount. By the way, I figured I should mention the fact that my high scores for this game, they're not actually like the highest scores I've ever scored on this. They're the highest scores that I've gotten between my cartridge before I erased the save data, and my 3DS version, and the Virtual Console on the Wii, which I apparently just sucked at, or deleted my data at one point, because I seem to remember doing like really well on the Virtual Console on the Wii. I think that was the first time I ever broke like 1,500 points was on the Virtual Console on the Wii, because I used to just go through, do crappy on a bunch of stages, and just try and blaze through them as fast as I could, like this. Just kill this boss so fast. Yeah, that's right, bitch. I will defeat Andros. But I used to have like higher scores for some of these stages. Like on Area 6, I know I've broken 500 once. I think I got exactly 500, but the highest score that I could find was 450. That's just like an example. So yeah, I know my highest score is higher than most of these. Like I know I've broken 210 at least on Corneria, but I don't remember what the highest score I could find for that one was. Well, for this one, I guess. And yeah, there's a bunch of other stages like that, like Sector Y. Actually, I was kind of thinking that I did worse than I actually did. Sorry, not Sector Y, Sector X, because I seem to remember only ever getting like 250, but I got 260 one time, and I was like, wow, that's actually pretty good. And sometimes I'll go online and I'll look at people's scores, and it'll be like 310 on Sector X, and I'll be like, oh, well, I just feel terrible about myself now, don't I? But this here is Sector Y, first new planet of this playthrough, which is kind of nice. Sector Y is kind of interesting, because if memory serves, it's actually sort of like Ballsy, and Ballsy was actually originally orbiting Corneria, but it blew up in a meltdown or something like that. I could be thinking of something else, and then Sector Y was formed from that. I'm not entirely sure. And Sector Y, as I said at some point before, is very similar to Sector X and Sector Z, where it's basically a giant magnetic field that you probably shouldn't fly through. That's basically it. I think Sector X and Sector Z, it's like sort of unknown how they were made, but Sector Y they do know. And I'm not sure if this was ever actually confirmed, what I said before, but it seems to be a pretty reasonable guess, because there's a lot of like floating space parts around this area, sort of like from a space station, kind of like Ballsy. But anyways, let's get in. I'm purposely going to get a low score on this stage.
Fox, we're under attack. Help us out here.
I'm on my way.
Mission 2, Sector Y Combat Zone, Fierce Melee. And, sorry, the reason that I'm going to get a low score on this stage is that this is, I think, the only stage in the game where your score actually dictates where you go. If you get over 100 points, you go to Aquas, and if you get under 100 points, you go to Katina. I want to go to Katina next, and there's some dialogue lines that will appear if you do really bad on this stage, like really bad. So basically, I'm just going to be dicking off and like doing some barrel rolls. I'm not actually going to try and shoot anything, mostly just dodging. I may shoot the occasional enemy like this. And yeah, there's some funny dialogue though that you can hear in this stage from being really terrible. Oh, cool, my wingmate just killed a bunch of enemies. That's kind of noteworthy. This guy I think will always give you a laser upgrade, which is nice if you have to restart the stage. These things are very, very hard to hit, which is why I was gonna say I'm gonna run into one, but whatever. And up here, this is where you're supposed to get like the majority of the points in the first half of the stage, just by like using a bomb here. Yeah, there's like 18 enemies. There's some off to the side here too, which is kind of weird. Like if you go over to the side, you see that there's like a few missiles or whatever on the side of this here space station. It is so weird because like you can see inside of the thing, and you can see that there's enemies on the top and bottom. That will be served later. Ow.
You're supposed to shoot them all.
Oh my god, I forgot how funny and angry he sounds during that line, because it's been so long since I've heard it. Like, it's probably been since like the first couple times that I played this game since I heard that. Do a barrel roll. Do like several barrel rolls, I don't know. The 3 points, the checkpoint, this is pathetic. Oh my god, this is hilarious. I love getting like really low scores on purpose sometimes. It's kind of funny actually, because like your characters will get pissed off. Now, to get more points, you go up. So I'm gonna go down. So when I actually try and get points, it's gonna be easier.
I've got everything above.
Yeah, and generally, if you want a lot of points, you want to follow Falco because like he's your man there. And there's a ton of guys over there. I don't know if you can even shoot them because like they're generally out of bomb range by the time you get up there. You might be able to get more points going this way, but it's definitely a lot more difficult to get points if you go this way. I'm just really bad at this stage, though, generally. Like, sort of, I wouldn't expect me to get over 200, and I think the world record's somewhere in the neighborhood of, like, 400. So, yeah, like, half the world record. I'll usually do a little bit better than half of the world record. Usually. Not always. Like, there's some stages, like Katina. The world record is weird for Katina. Because,
He's quick, be careful.
Katina, they bank shots off of the ground when they're fighting Star Wolf.
Through that fleet.
Oh my god, here's the other line.
Is that the best you can do?
I could do better! Shut up, Falco, I will do better! Screw you! Because that's the last time.
Hey, Einstein, I'm on your side!
Fuck you too, Falco. Yeah, the reason I did that counter was because, like, in episode 2, like, I shot Falco so many goddamn times. That totally came to me, like, after I had already edited the video. Like, I already edited and rendered the video. I watched it back, and I was like, I should do a counter.
Up ahead. Looks different.
It looks like more than 23 points. Actually, this boss gives you 19 points. So if you have more than 81 once you start it, then you will go to Aquas. And if you have less than 81, then you will go to Katina, which is the bad exit.
Jeez, quit moving around.
This is basically like the only stage that they do this because this is supposed to be like a war zone. But yeah.
Don't party just yet.
I wanted to party. Party every day. All the time.
It's time to try a new weapon.
Okay, this guy is like one of the hardest bosses in the game because he won't stop fucking moving around, and he's really small in comparison to what the giant bee on the map says. That was, I think, one of the fastest times I've ever killed him. Like, if you take too long, he'll jump back on the ship, which is sort of your indication of like how bad you are at this game, and I'm terrible at this game, so half the time he jumps back on the ship for me. So yeah, we're going to be coming back here anyways, because you need to go through the stage to go through the hard route of the game. Because this is the first hard stage.
I'm fine.
You're fine, whatever.
Everything's A-okay.
It's probably not okay, because I only killed like 20 guys.
You worry about your own hide.
I'm going to worry about my point counter, actually. Now, keep in mind that for this LP, you can compare your scores to mine all you want, but these are all single segment runs. I'm not redoing these stages for score. You can do that, but like if you ever want to like try and compare scores or anything like that, be my guest. Like, in all honesty, I love it. I love comparing scores to people in Star Fox 64 because it's a game that like I really love, and a lot of the time I feel completely emasculated whenever anybody tells me their scores. Because like if you watch like Nintendo Capri Sun did a run through this game, and he kept saying, like, I got 260 on Corneria one time. I'm like, shit, my highest is, like, 210, 220, maybe? And, yeah, like, he makes me look like crap sometimes. But I sometimes make him look like crap at this game, so yeah. But anyways, this is Katina. This is commonly known as the Independence Day stage, because this is basically, like, cut and paste from Independence Day, the movie. This is sort of an interesting planet because this is like the secondary Corneria defense outpost, I guess you could say. And one of two stages where you actually have a quote-unquote helper character that you can't kill. But we'll get into that in a little bit. There's also a good ending that I've literally never seen in this game. If you finish this stage without shooting down any Cornerian troops, then you get a good ending, and there's a couple lines that I've honestly never heard playing this game, which is kind of cool, and I'm going to try and do that. It's really difficult, though.
Katina is battling the enemy. Will you help him out?
No!
Affirmative, General.
Do I have to? Because I don't technically work for the Cornerian army. I mean, I'm sort of hired by them.
Hang on, guys. Help is on the way.
Now, the funny thing is that even though there are a bunch of Cornerian ships, Peppy, of all people, can actually shoot one down. Which really sucks if you, like, trying to do this properly. And Peppy shoots one down. So this is a very annoying stage.
We can catch up
Like,
later, Fox.
probably my second least favorite in the entire game, because in order to get the medal, you basically have to jack off and just sort of like not do anything for a long time and just like twiddle your thumbs. Okay, thank God. Sometimes Peppy will say like, enemy down, wait, that was one of ours, and then you won't get the good ending, which really sucks. But once you kill 10 enemies, dude, what the hell? Stop crashing into me. That's the biggest risk on expert in this stage, is getting crashed into. But once you kill 10 enemies,
Enemy mothership approaching.
there you go. That's what happens. And
Scratch one boat.
yeah, your teammates will eventually like kill some of the enemies. But in order to get the medal, you basically have to sit around, kill all the enemies sort of like flying around, and not destroy the ship. And it's really difficult to win the stage that way. But I'm gonna try and win the stage and get the medal at the same time, which is generally like pretty difficult to do. If I fail, I'll probably just retry, because you have a time limit for this, which kind of sucks, but it's kind of cool. And this is why this is the Independence Day stage, is because of this fucking mothership that just sort of like camps out over top of this base. It's like, oh, well, I'm just gonna release all the hatches. I always thought the hatches sort of look like womp rats from Star Wars. Like, they got those two ears and like the little eyes. You can kind of see it. I don't know. It's really weird.
Here they come.
And I was half expecting to shoot down one of my troops. But I'm gonna go for a low score the first time, so that I don't kill any Cornerian guys accidentally. Hopefully. I'm gonna hope for it. It's really difficult to do, but I'm hoping I can do it. This is the worst goddamn commentary ever, because I've said like, okay, good. I thought I killed one there, because Bill will tell you if you kill one, which is kind of noteworthy. Also, you could shoot Bill and he'll be like, Fox, what the hell? Pretty much. But I think you have to kill a certain number of these guys before the hatches open, and then you have to shoot all 4 hatches, and then the core will appear. There we go. Let's go and shoot the hatches. Son of a bitch! God damn it. Well, whatever. I can do this without shooting down Cornerian troops. I might as well just kill them all now, because they just get in the way generally. That's the most annoying thing about this stage, is the Cornerian troops. And you can do this a lot faster if you just sort of like kill them and get them out of the way.
The hatches are open.
Yeah, that's right, the hatches are open. I don't know why I said yeah, that's right, because enemies will pop out when the hatches are open, so you can get a lot of hits that way. Oh, there's supplies. Yes, and the core will appear. You have 1 minute to destroy it. It's really not that hard, but Bill's kind of annoying because he'll say, hurry up, take out that core like every 10 seconds, which is why I'm going to kill it right away. It's also really hard to get a hit plus 10 on the core because you have to be really fast, which can be pretty difficult. I know personally, because I usually get like a hit plus 2 on the core. Because holy, what the hell? This freaking ad playing on my computer right in the middle of recording. It scared the crap out of me. And there we go. We have destroyed half the Cornerian army and the mothership, so... victorious! Kohiro! And 73, that's less than half of the medal score, which is pretty bad.
Take care, Fox.
I think I've only ever gotten like 170, but I'm not entirely sure off the top of my head, because I haven't memorized like my top scores or anything like that. I go through and find my top scores as I go and find them. Anyways, I'm probably gonna do like a fast-forwarded montage of like hits 10 through 150 of this stage, and then I will meet you once we're about to lose, I guess, and I'll see you guys then. 1 sec. Crap, I screwed up. I'm gonna have to do this 3 times. Whatever.
Fox, that's one about. Go for the 4 hatches on the underside. Husky unit, cover the base. Man, there's just no end to these guys. Bulldog unit, don't let anything through. The hatches are open. All units report.
Okay, and there I got the medal. Holy crap, that actually wasn't that bad. I usually have a lot harder of a time with it than that. I'm also not sure if the hatches are time dependent for how many points they give you. I know the core is. I'm really not too sure about the hatches though. I really need a wing repair, but I took too long getting to the supply box that Rob sent me. But unfortunately, I guess I'll just have to live through the rest of the stage without a wing. Good way to get some extra points is just to kill the hatches after the core appears. I guess. I don't really know. I don't know too much about getting a good score on this one. Because this was, like, I think this was the last stage that I got a medal on, actually. It might have been Sector Z, and it might have been this one. Because I don't think I ever bothered to just go and fly around endlessly and just kill all these guys. Because I know once you destroy all the hatches, then you don't have to.
Take out that core.
Oh yeah, Bill's gonna go on his big rant of hurry up and take out that core, like every 5 seconds now. Let's see how many points I can get.
Hurry.
Oh, he only said it one time that time. I don't think I've ever heard him say it only once. But yeah, I think less enemies start appearing once the core appears, because I don't think they continuously come out or anything like that. But looks like the mothership has won this day, and it got its chance to rotate upside down. I really don't know how that works physically. Like, there's
all aircraft breakaway.
There's really not a way that could physically happen that slowly, which is really weird. Oh God. I'm a firing my laser! Blah. And we get the mission complete theme again. Sort of like stage 3 last time. But fortunately, the last stage 3, there is no mission complete theme, which is kind of nice because you don't feel terrible when you lose. Because you can't lose. But 205, that might actually be a new record for me. I really don't think I've ever broken 200 on that stage before.
Don't get you down, Fox.
Oh, I will get down a little bit, Peppy. Get down tonight. Get down tonight. Do a little dance. Make a little love. Get down tonight. Woo-hoo, get down tonight. As you can probably tell, my voice is still a little bit dead. But I will at least attempt to leave you with the scene that plays out if you do not kill any Cornerian troops. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! The trick is to not use charge shots. It's difficult, but it's pretty doable.
I'm glad we're on the same team, Fox. You owe me one.
And here I thought I'd seen it all. I guess there's always just a little bit more.